Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Stand up for your country. My estimate is about 25% of Americans would want to have a different country. They'd want to change everything. Almost all of them are either Democrats or libertarians. Republicans, by definition, are traditional people. They whine about the country and complain, but they don't want to see it thrown out the window and start from scratch. Now, radicalism in the USA is on the rise, but it's not a crisis yet. Gets a lot of attention. You see a lot of the extremists, but the folks, you don't have 77 million people vote for Donald Trump just a year and 4 months ago, all right, if it's a radical nation. So it's not there yet. However, Mandani has power in New York, Fry in Minneapolis, Pritzker in Illinois, and these are people who, if they could, would tear it all down. So it's worth watching. Now, there are some who are now actively fighting against the radicalism, and that is the subject of this evening Talking Points memo. The latest is Christianity versus Marxism. Fascinating story. So you may know Bishop Robert Barron. He is one of the most powerful clerics in the country. He is on social media. He has Word of Fire, and it is a very, very successful website. And traditional people not on social media may not know him, but boy, this guy has a lot of influence. And he is the sitting bishop in the Diocese of Winona, Rochester, Minnesota, right south of Minneapolis. Well, anyway, Bishop Barron, and I know him, I wouldn't say he's a close friend, but we do correspond. Bishop Barron is one of the few clerics of all faiths in America who will take on what he sees as danger to the country. His latest is about Marxism in America. Go.
What's worrying me, everybody, is the extent to which political leadership on the left in America is becoming, it's unapologetically Marxist. The mayor of New York City, the warmth of collectivism. He's calling for the confiscation of private property, of seizing the means of production. All language right out of the Communist Manifesto. Might I encourage followers of, Mayor Mamdani and AOC, talk to some of them. They're still alive, some of them. The people that fled Marxist tyranny in Europe. People laboring under it to this day in Cuba, North Korea, Venezuela, etc. And then this too. It concerns me not just as someone who follows politics, but as a bishop of the Catholic Church. Marx himself said the first critique is a critique of religion, and his political adepts followed him. The first thing that the Marxist tyrannies went after in most cases was religion.
And that is true. If you want to see more of Bishop Barron, by the way, it's wordonfire.org. All right, so Stalin in 1928, when he was consolidating power in the Soviet Union, he implemented a godless 5-year plan. Now, I write about Stalin in my book, Confronting Evil. The plan gave local cells, regular people who were atheists, the power to commit violence against religious people. Leaders of churches were imprisoned, sometimes executed, and Stalin let it go. So it was open season. 1949, Mao Zedong, China. He's also in Confronting Evil. So he started a nationalism campaign where the government in Beijing confiscated churches, threw them, all the clerics out, took the buildings, and did whatever they wanted. And Buddhist monks, Catholic priests, Protestant Christian evangelists, they were persecuted, sometimes killed by Mao. And in Cuba today, which is falling apart, Fidel Castro wouldn't even allow the people to celebrate Christmas. Cuba is almost 100% Catholic country. Okay? So Bishop Barron historically is right. Now, it was interesting because Mayor Mamdani is a Muslim. But when the new bishop in New York City celebrated his first Mass last week, Mamdani didn't show up. And that was an unbelievable breach of etiquette. So I don't know if Mamdani or AOC or Bernie Sanders, I don't know what their active posture is on religion. They don't talk about it. But under the Marxist philosophy, religion is a threat. Why? Because if you are a communist, everything is devoted to the state. Can't have a God. You don't have individual rights. The state does what it wants to do, and you support that. So when I was in Beijing in May, one of the amazing things was the Chinese police authorities could pick you up, charge you with crimes against the people. What's that? It's anything they want it to be. And you can get executed for crimes against the people. It's whatever they want it to be. Okay? That's what you're facing. Of course, you don't have lawyer or due process or any of that. So that's Marxism. It is an atheistic movement, and it is on the rise. Again, I don't think it's a threat yet, but it's certainly more acceptable than it used to be in America, and that is the memo.